have to remember I'm very tall, but that doesn't always mean the next person is. So I often create difficulties for anybody who's following me in terms of speaking. Can everybody hear me okay? No. We're kidding. Okay, well, we'll still adjust just to make sure everybody can. My name's Willie Coleman. I serve as Vice President for University Engagement, proud Akron Zips supporter, as well as two-time graduate. Can I hear it go Zips, please? Nice. That's good. That's good energy to start. Let's go one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Go Zips!
Wonderful. We welcome you here to House 330, where we are lined up for the offensive coordinator of the game press conference. This has been such a special time, not only for the University of Akron, but for our football program. In fact, the entire Department of Intercollegiate Athletics, as this thing has just absolutely exploded onto the scene. We appreciate everybody being here. I can confirm the actual number of impressions that is global. We're not talking regional, statewide, or even national. This is a global number that this offensive coordinator promotion has produced 2.3 billion impressions worldwide. And we wait for all of you to make a gift so we can equally achieve that in gifts. Thank you. As said, we're ready to begin. It's going to be a fun evening ahead. We have several speakers here that you will hear from. And in addition to that, we're going to be announcing our finalists for this awesome promotion. Our first speaker is going to be Dr. Andrew Goodrich, who's our Director of Athletics. Followed by Dr. Goodrich will be Julianne Jones, our Director Professor of Practice for the School of Accounting, who's going to break this process down a little bit. And then to close it all out, it's going to be Dr. Terry Doherty, who is Dean for our College of Business, who will talk about the collaboration with the athletic department in addition to the process. But first and foremost, I'm going to introduce Dr. Andrew T. Goodrich, our Director of Athletics. He joined the University of Akron in May 2025. In that first year alone, Akron Athletics achieved, our teams, I should say, achieved seven conference championships. That's in 1 year. In the likes of that, we saw our men's soccer program make it to the Elite Eight, our men's basketball program achieve a three-peat, including being undefeated at home. And if I just can mention swimming and diving, I don't know what it is anymore. They've won 30 out of the last 31 MAC championships. That's not a real number, but we can say at least 10 consecutive. They kill it every single year, in addition to so many other great teams. So would you please provide a nice round of applause, a warm welcome for our Director of Athletics, Dr. Andrew T. Goodrich. Thank you.
This is an honor and a pleasure. I am so excited to be here tonight. Thank you. I really wanted to start with thank yous for a lot of different groups. First of all, thank you, R.J. Niemer, our president. I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to be sitting here having this conversation if we don't have a president who's entrepreneurial and bold and creative and creates a space for us to go out and do things like this. Not every campus could do this, but we could do it here at the University of Akron. I'm so grateful for RJ. I want to thank Coach Moorhead. He would love to have been here tonight, but he is busy getting that football team prepared. And as I've said to some other people, and you may have heard this before, but it's worth noting again, we came up with this concept. But at the end of the day, if our head football coach says, I'm uncomfortable, I don't think this represents us well, I do not want to do this, then we would not have done it. But we've got to give Coach credit. He's got a lot of courage and faith in what we were doing. And once he knew that he was going to protect the integrity of the game of college football, he was going to protect our student athletes, and we weren't going to embarrass the University of Akron, we found a path forward to be able to do this. So I'm thankful to Joe and allowing us to do this. And here's the other thing. We couldn't do it without the College of Business and the School of Accounting. You're going to hear from these folks. This got so big, so fast. We learned a lot along the way. And I think maybe the most important thing that we learned is we have incredible allies and partners over here across campus that can help us do really special things at a really high level. So grateful to everyone, including the season ticket holders. Thank you for buying your season tickets. We truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of our sponsors who are here in the room, many of whom are season ticket holders. Thank you for being here and supporting the Zips. And with that, I'm going to introduce you to Jules, who knows the magic behind the system.
Not bad. so we'll pull this down. Hello and good evening, and let me fix that. There we go. As Dr. Goodrich said, my name is Jules Jones. I'm a professor and director for the School of Accountancy and also a double alumnus of the University of Akron, so go Zips. It was my honor to join with the Department of Athletics and, of course, Dean Doherty to support this fantastic event. And so I'm happy to explain the process. So as Dr. Goodrich asked and the athletics department came in and asked us to collaborate with them, what we stated was this needed to be a random and independent draw to keep it fair for everyone who was entering in the competition. How that was done is I'd accessed the files through athletics. Athletics had no idea who the ticket holders were. The files came to me. I had a file for ticket holders and a file for referrals. I looked at those files for completeness. They were reviewed to make sure the applicants and eligibilities were complete following the guidelines. And then with two witnesses from the College of Business, one who's with us here tonight, they reviewed the process, and I went through and did the process in Excel using a random generator, and that generator then was sorted to provide for our top finalists, our top contestants, our winners. Everything was done randomly, and at this point, there's only 3 of us who actually know who those folks are and who our winner will be. So that's the process. Very, very fair. We tried to keep it as fair and as independent as possible, wanting to keep the integrity of everything, to respect what we're doing here. So, thank you. And now it's my turn to introduce Dr. Doherty, my dean of the College of Business, and another proud collaborator in this event. Thank you.
So I have to adjust this mic now again.
I know.
Trying not to let it fall. There we go. So let's practice. Go Zips. Go Zips. All right, so you're good. So thank you so much for allowing for this opportunity. I say that we have to practice and do that because this is a celebration today. Why? Because athletics is fun and business is fun. We talk about it all the time, and this promotion has certainly led to a fun experience for all of us. On behalf of the College of Business, I want to express how proud we are to be part of what has become one of the most innovative promotions in college athletics. We are honored to be entrusted with the important responsibility of certifying the selection process, ensuring that the winning fan is chosen with the highest level of integrity. When thousands of fans participate and the eyes of the world are watching, not just in House 330, you need people you can rely upon to make sure the process is fair, accurate, and credible. That is exactly the role of the Vario School of Accountancy, which brings to this partnership, and I'm grateful for Director Jones's leadership and professionalism throughout the process. Go Zips! Go Zips! What began as a creative way to sell season tickets has grown into a tremendous story. But what makes this especially exciting for us is witnessing how the promotion has turned into a real-world example of business strategy in action. That is what the University of Akron is all about. That is why we are thrilled to extend this partnership and announce that Dr. Goodrich will be teaching our strategic leadership course this fall, which is a junior-level seminar, as part of our sports business program. We believe great business education happens when students are given unique opportunities both inside and outside the classroom, and the offensive coordinator of the game experience is a perfect example. Our business students will study the strategy and operational execution of this promotion up close. And so, Andrew, I wanted to make sure you understand what this means. I am expecting a master class in marketing and fan engagement.
I got you.
All right. Go Zips!
Go Zips! Clear the room.
To all of our colleagues in Akron Athletics, thank you for allowing the College of Business and our students to be part of this extraordinary initiative. I believe our collaboration illustrates what is possible when academics and athletics work together for the benefit of a great university. Go Zips! Go Zips! You're up, Willie.
All right.
Thank you, Dean Doherty. You kind of threw me for the loop with that last Go Zips. I wasn't sure if that was finished, but I appreciate the call out there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to begin by introducing our finalists for the offensive coordinator of the game. And please know I'm going to read each name as well as a little bio about them. And that's going to be in alphabetical order. So our first individual, our first candidate, I should say, is Mr. Brandon Wiggin. Brandon is from Bellevue, Nebraska, and just became a season ticket holder a few weeks ago, demonstrating the impact of this awesome promotion. Little is known about Brandon. He hasn't responded to our calls yet. But there is a time difference, so we anticipate him being at work, and we'll hear from him later this evening. We're excited to find out more about him. Our second candidate is Mr. Daniel Katz. Dan Katz is better known as Big Cat from Barstool Sports. And just to reiterate, the School of Accounting drew this name. Akron Athletics has nothing to do with this. Big Cat is refusing to tell us what kind of offense he will run because he doesn't want anyone to know his secret formula. Good man. Good man indeed. Our next candidate is Jack Rooney. Jack is from Long Island. Played quarterback in high school and currently works at Salesforce, although he is excited to see if he has a future as an offensive coordinator. Jack has guaranteed a touchdown on the first drive. Thank you, Jack. We appreciate the confidence. Our fourth candidate is Mr. James Bordeaux. James, better known by his gamer tag Bordeaux, lives close by in Kentucky, but he's ready to relocate to Akron, Ohio. Bordeaux brings loads of experience building college football programs in video games and taking them to the highest level. Bordeaux has a unique offense with a big play potential and unexpected play calls up his sleeve. He is ready to bring his offense to the Akron Zips. That is our fourth candidate, James Bordeaux. Our fifth candidate, who is actually present with us, is Mr. Martin Allen Wims II, or we'll call him Marty. Marty, where are you? Stand up. Right up.
All right, Marty. Let's go.
Marty, congratulations. He is from Akron, ladies and gentlemen. He went to the University of Akron and has season tickets for the entirety of InfoCision Stadium's existence. He goes to Zips games with his friends Charlie and Jason. Are they here? They are not here, but you showed up. That's all that matters. And they're both incredibly jealous of him right now. Is that true? 100%. Wow, that's awesome. Marty also has an accounting degree from Akron.
Let's go.
And is a little suspicious that the School of Accounting rigged this in his favor. We'd love to say that's the case, but it's not. Either way, he's along for the ride. Congratulations, Marty.
Awesome.
Our next candidate is also here. He is Mr. Mike Beck Jr. Mike, congratulations. A decades-long Akron Zips season ticket holder, CEO of Polymer Valley Chemical, and longtime supporter of the program, Mike is married to the lovely Brenda Beck, who is worried that Mike may skip out on their upcoming vacation to Croatia in order to prepare for this new career as offensive coordinator. Anyone who's willing to go with Brenda now, please raise their hand. We appreciate Mike hanging around. We got a couple. Wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations to you, Mike. Our next candidate is Sean Strunkus, from Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Sean is now based in Kansas City, Missouri. Played football in college at Ursinius?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Before transferring to Monmouth University, Sean is excited to come to Akron, Ohio to run a wing T offense. Short passes are Sean's forte, and he's going to get the guys to speed up with that ball. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it for Sean. Next up is a 1989 University of Akron graduate named Steve Moyer.
All right.
Let's give it up for Steve. He's not here, but he is, in fact, a longtime football season ticket holder. Moyer is Rubber City through and through. Steve goes to Akron football games with his son and has had to upgrade his Akron basketball tickets because his wife refuses to sit on the bleachers. Thank you, Steve. If Steve wins, he won't reinvent the wheel. and is going to allow Coach Moorhead the flexibility to be his own boss. How kind, how generous of Steve. Thank you.
He'll appreciate that.
That's right. Number 9 is Tim Sharfman. Tim lives in Austin, Texas, and works at TaxFile, but is excited to see how his new career in coaching goes. Despite his bad knees, he wanted to let everyone know that this won't stop him from running the rock. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 9 names, and would you believe it, being a coordinator is a difficult job, and sometimes that responsibility is too hot to handle, at least for some people. Given that, I'm here to announce that our 10th candidate actually pulled out. That's a real thing. They pulled out of this contest. They couldn't take the heat. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the announcement of our 9 candidates for this contest. How about a nice round of applause? At this time, we're going to open this up to a Q&A with our 3 guests here at this table. Each of them have a microphone. I'll be moderating this. If we have any questions related to the process, please raise your hand. We'll make every attempt to hear you. I don't believe we have a microphone coming your way. We do. Please come on front. We have one gentleman raising their hand, and then we'll look for someone else. Okay, go ahead and stand up. Please share your name and your question.
Pete Gallery from Akron, Ohio.
Hi, Pete.
Bit older. My name wasn't called somehow. I don't know how. But my question is, whose idea was it?
The question that's been asked routinely, Dr. Goodrich, this one sounds like you.
Yeah, I'll take this one. So, truth be told, this is a team effort. It's no one person. This whole team, our entire athletics department, has worked really hard to come up with creative ideas. But the genesis really came on a flight home from Tampa. After the men's basketball team played in the NCAA tournament, we saw our fans, we sold out our section. I've never seen fans have more fun in my life. And Matt Podorf and I were sitting on the plane flying home with the team, and we were determined to find a way to bring that type of excitement to the football program. And the real story is, I said, do you remember, like, Coach Moorhead is both our head coach and offensive coordinator, so we don't technically have an offensive coordinator. Maybe we should have an offensive coordinator of the game, like an honorary person, like we have an honorary captain. And Matt asked me, well, what would you have this person do? And I was a little flippant, and I said, well, call the plays, of course. That's what they do. And he politely let me know that that's a good way to get fired, man. I don't know that you really want to do that. And then Matt responded, we could do the first play. And it sounded like a very rational thing. Like we could make an incredibly fun opportunity for a fan, let them call the first play. And then as we sat there and we thought about it, we said, what if they just scripted the entire first drive? No one's ever done anything like that. And it's probably a little risky. I don't think it's going to cost me my job, but somehow we got to convince Coach this is a good idea. And that's really how it developed.
We appreciate the question. Anyone else have a question for our panelists at the table here? How about our amazing cheer and dance program, by the way? They're everywhere these days. I want to give them some credit. We have another question.
I have a 2-parter.
Okay, first, sir, can you please state your name?
My name is Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
That's my older brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Former boss,
All right.
Akron Barron Company.
Very good. 2-part question.
Good job. Is this the first time this has ever been done? Or is this you copying someone else's idea? Number 2, I'm an avid skier. How can I get a football helmet as my ski helmet?
All right. I'll take this one. To the best of our knowledge, this has never been done before. As I kind of alluded earlier, this doesn't work on other college campuses, right? I mean, it's one of the blessings of being at the University of Akron where we can and will be bold and creative. That being said, I anticipate a lot of copycats, and you know what? We're not mad about it, though I might need to work with my business friends over here, we might need to trademark this and
Absolutely.
get a licensing revenue off of it. But I anticipate, like, for example, you saw the Heisman Trophy Committee, right? They're going to allow a fan vote now. You saw the Washington Nationals do a manager of the game promotion. This all happened within the last 10 days. We've been reached out by other professional and collegiate organizations who, in a very nice way, said, great, this is awesome, we hope you're not offended, we're totally copying this. And we said, go ahead, go for it. And then as for the ski helmet, we might have to talk offline. We can figure that out for the right donation.
Very good. Thank you very much for that question. Who else? We have a couple. We have one again up front, and then we have another one out back.
It's real simple.
Right behind you.
My name's John Menches.
That's okay, John. We can hear you, and I can repeat the question if it doesn't work.
The Menches brothers, but did it increase the number of people buying tickets?
Great question. John from Menches Brothers asking the question, did it increase the number of people buying season tickets?
It certainly increased the number of people. We've sold more season tickets this year than last year, and we still got a couple weeks before the first game. And then I think the real interesting stat is we went on sale with season tickets on January 12th, and we've sold nearly 50% of all of our season tickets for this entire year in the past 2 weeks. So yes, it's had a significant impact.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. We'll go up into the back.
Lance V., Northridgeville, Ohio. He kind of asked my question because I wanted to know how it affected the athletic department as a whole with the football program. Financially, with the amount of impressions that this has received, how has it benefited University of Athletics as a whole in encompassing what you are and what you guys are bringing to the table?
Well, I'm going to start, and then I'm going to shoot it over to Terry because I think he can really share about this. But the financial impact is going to be beyond just selling season tickets. We have a number of great corporate sponsors in here today, and I anticipate even more before that first game because of all the impressions that we've received. I anticipate us, we're trying to get into that jersey patch space. We've got some naming rights opportunities, and we really think that we can have these conversations that'll make significant impacts on the department. In terms of the overall impressions, part of that is not even, I'll let Terry, because he's way smarter than me, talk about the quantitative stuff. But just qualitatively, I think everyone in this room has had a friend reach out and talk to you about, hey, the Akron Zips. Did you hear this thing about the Akron Zips? Did you hear this about the Akron Zips? Everyone's talking about us, all ages, all demographics, people all over the country. We had 38 states, I believe, represented in our season ticket sales pool. We had some folks from Germany, Canada buy season tickets. We were featured in the New York Times. We were in the Irish Times. And it is really interesting how all across the world people are talking about the Akron Zips. And we're really grateful for it because we have an incredible university. And I'll throw it to Terry to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I can touch a little bit on that, Lance. Thank you for that question and for having the foresight to think about the finances. My first comment on that is to everyone to recognize and realize that something that we know in the College of Business, but sports is big business. And the entertainment aspect of this, has multiple ramifications for audience engagement, for enrollment, for student and fan support, for sponsorships across a number of different areas. I think I can tell you for the 2 billion impressions, that's worth millions of dollars for exposure for this promotion in the university, which has responded tremendously. It also indicates what great fans the university has. And I think even just from our finalist selections, you can see that these were, I don't know if they were new ticket holders, some of them were, Jules could probably determine that, but you saw this, the list is coming from Texas to Nebraska to New Jersey and a variety of areas, including Northeast Ohio. So this benefit long-term is going to continue for the university and the athletic program. I think because of the nature of the business, we talk about sports being a service product and that the most important thing is to take care of your customers. And how do you do that? You provide a great, customer fan experience. And this has been talked about throughout the country and the world for that matter about elevating that fan experience. I hope that we can leverage it in football, continuing this way, or as well as other sports. Who knows? Be the trendsetter.
Thank you for that question. We've got a couple more questions in the back there.
Hi there, my name's Jim Adams, a proud 1979 graduate, way back when. How did Akron get on the Pat McAfee show with Coach Moorhead live? The best, most famous talk show. They had him on there for like 15 minutes. It was so cool.
That was awesome. Great work by our social media team. Great work, believe it or not. A lot of credit's got to go to our equipment manager, Kyle Foster, has a personal relationship with some people on that show. And when we reached out to them and they saw everything that we were doing on social, when they saw that we had a post, I think at the time we were only at about 17 million views. That post is now over 23 million views. When they saw that, they realized it was a big deal. And I think it helped that Coach Moorhead is a fellow Yinzer. So I think that helped him get on the show.
Thank you for that question. Looking for any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? We have another one from down front here. Microphone coming your way.
Am I to make the assumption that those first plays are going to be at the home game or away game?
Okay, yeah, for clarity, this is our home opener against Robert Morris on September 12th,
Yeah.
3:30 p.m. at home.
That's the one we want to see.
Awesome.
Now, would you think that's going to be a national broadcast?
So we're currently scheduled to be streamed on ESPN Plus. It would not shock me that there was a live cut in across the entire family of ESPN networks.
Good question. Any other questions? Another one up front. Everyone up front.
Graduated 85 for Akron, by the way.
Microphone is right behind you. Sorry about that.
Graduate of 85, by the way. So, what can you tell us about what's going to happen from here? You got nine finalists.
We have 9 finalists.
How are you engaging them? When will they be involved? How the final selection, all that kind of question.
Great question.
Great question. All right, so now that we have our 9 finalists, you've heard their bios. There'll be some social media with all of them. The final name will be revealed on Tuesday, the 25th. So on Tuesday, the 25th, we will know the person who is the offensive coordinator of the game. It is, no, it is, yeah, this is really good. Now, maybe I'll let Jules speak to this. It is not a drawing. Why don't you kind of share?
I'll borrow yours. Thank you for the question. It is not a drawing. The first draw has already been selected and solidified.
Do they know who it is?
There are 3 people in the College of Business that do know who it is. I do not know who it is, and we will not find out who it is until the moment it is revealed on Tuesday.
So when do they find out?
They will find out the same time we find out.
What's an impression?
There you go. That's Terry.
So an impression is a measurement that we use in media. You can think of it as you watching or listening or viewing. The difference, though, the confusing part when this came up, it's so funny you asked that question because I made this comment to our university branding team and said that no one knows what impressions are. It's that exposure. Every time you view, watch, read, in all media, they count. Now the difference is impressions are not unique, meaning that they are counted over and over and over again, because that's why when they talk about the tweet reaching 25 million individuals, that's a unique count. Reach is a unique count. Impressions means that 25 million people read it, some 15 million from other places read it or saw it, and etc. So it keeps building. That's a very technical, in the weeds, and media question.
Old man.
It's a good question indeed. Thank you for asking that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up right here, but if anybody else has questions, we're going to be making our guests available just afterwards if you'd like to come up to them. To close out our press conference here, I'm going to hand it over to our Director of Athletics, Dr. Andrew T. Goodrich.
All right. Before I close this, thank you, Cheer, Spirit. Thank you guys for always bringing the energy, always making this a better event for all of us. So thank you very much. All right, I'm going to close this real quick. Roughly 15 months ago, me and my team, we got together here with the new leadership at the University of Akron, and we built a cultural blueprint. And that blueprint really talked about what do we believe, how do we behave, and what outcomes do we expect to achieve. And that first core belief that we all agreed we were going to do is we believe that anything is possible, right? And what was really fun about that is everyone said, hey, we like the energy of this new leadership group. we like these ideas, but they might be a little delusional. I'm not sure that anything is possible, but a lot of things are possible. And I think we all realize that we set our own limitations sometimes. And here we are a little bit more than a year later with what I believe to be the Guinness Book of World Records greatest amount of views on a single organic tweet in Twitter/X history. And we've been featured in incredible magazines, news stories, and this is just the beginning. And so what I really want to convey to everyone is, we said that the outcome we expected here when we believe that anything is possible is that we are going to be the standard by which other schools are judged, right? The University of Akron is going to make an incredible impact on this world. And you are seeing it, right? We are feeling it. This is real, and it is just the beginning. So thank you, everyone. Go Zips, make the climb.
Go Zips.